Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a deck that I've entitled Rakdos Mayhem. I picked it up off of Aether Hub, and it was just called 5-color. And it's called 5-color because Atraxia's in there. This is obviously a Rakdos deck. I'm not exactly sure what this thing's going to do. There's a lot of Rakdos Stompy in there. There's a lot of creature kill in there. Is this some sort of weird Rakdos mid-range, I don't know, fight fest? Whatever it is, I've called it Rakdos Mayhem, and if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and remember, for your safety, this video is for external use only. Dr. You Can't Suck It! Yes, thank you! Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much! You Can't Suck It! Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by the MTGA-Assistant-Meta, and they called it 5-color. This is not a 5-color deck. I think, like I said in the intro, it's called 5-color because Atraxa is in there. This is a Boros deck. There is practically no way you're going to actually pay for Atraxa out of your hand. I think I got it figured out how we're going to make this thing work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the cards that are in this deck, talk a little bit about how the deck should work, and then we're going to go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got here? We've got creature and planeswalker kill, creature and planeswalker kill, like card draw and potentially haste. The ability to kill things equal to your blood tokens times 2 electric boogaloo. 3 points of damage to each creature and planeswalker. You don't got a lot to have, only 3 for butts, so this is going to be great against other things. The ability to wipe out cheap artifacts as well. This guy can double up and potentially put out devils and force people to discard. We got a couple of Kamigawa dragons. Well, let's cover this one. When it dies, you can exile 2 cards and play until the end of your next turn, or create 3 treasure tokens. Sheoldred punishes people for drawing and rewards you for drawing cards. Drivnod. What does this thing do? Permanent dying causes a trigger ability, additional time. Exile 3 creatures from your graveyard, put an indestructible counter on it. It's an 8/3. All right, I'm not sure. Just because it's huge, that's probably why it's in here. Junji, when it dies, you can force an opponent to discard 2 cards and lose 2 life, or you can put a non-dragon creature from any graveyard into the battlefield under your control. Sheoldred will force them to sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. You got a whole saga of things it could do, which results in you getting every creature from every graveyard back onto the battlefield under your control, which then you could use like haste to make them all attack at once, which would be fantastic. This guy brings a creature from your graveyard back to the battlefield with 2 additional Popo counters on it. And then anytime a legendary dies, you deal that much damage equal to that thing's power to target opponent. This is going to be glorious. Push. Sure, you could destroy a target tap creature for 2. But for 6, you could bring 2 creatures from a single graveyard back into the battlefield under your control. They have haste, and you have to sacrifice them at the end of your next end step. All right, Olivia comes out flying haste, and when she attacks, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking, and it gains when you don't control a legendary vampire, exile this creature. All right, so she's bringing more stuff out with her. Rakdos, at the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. So some card draw there. This guy eats somebody's soul for -3/-3. You gain 2 life, and then you can start bringing dudes back from the graveyard to the battlefield under your control, yours or your opponent's. You can just bring them right to your battlefield. Etali will go get something out of their library and your library. Plus, you can transform them into Super Etali, who's got trample and indestructible and passes up poison counters like crazy. And Atraxa, when it hits the battlefield, you get a look at the top 10 cards of your library and pull 1 of every type back into your hand. And yeah, that's it. So we got the next collection of multicolored lands, the ability to put out two 1/1 spirits if you want to, or the ability to drag to mill yourself a little bit and drag creatures from your graveyard to your hand. That's it. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to control the board a little bit. We're going to try to be throwing dudes into our graveyard that are big, using Rakdos Joins Up to drag those guys back out, make them even stronger, and then just continue the cycle of trying to get guys out that are going to go ahead and bring more guys out, which are going to be buff, all the while continuing to control the board and keeping them from being able to put any dudes out. Does that sound like fun to you? Because it sure does to me. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxroll, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we're playing against Rikudoko. Keep. Get up to 6. That might be nice. Let's just push that over there. 7, 5. All right, Haunted Ridge. Gotta climb up our mana there. 2. Well, we'll be able to wipe the board at some point. Unfortunately, he's the kind of guy that looks like he'd enjoy it. Three. I'm okay. Let's just let this thing go. It kind of puts me behind the curve a little bit because I want to put out Sheoldred next turn. Oh, there we go. That is bad. Is that 3? Yep, it is. I'm going to go for that thing is what I'm going to do. A lot of times they just give up as soon as you destroy their little balls, right? Oh, their guys are wiped out. Oh, the humanity. That's what's going to hit the battlefield, huh? Congratulations. Go for throat's not going to help out too much, is it? All right, we're at 4. We need 5 if we're going to start to get this. Someone tells me he'll probably be exiling things more than anything else. He just wants no blocks. You almost tricked me there. These aren't going to do me any good. No, I don't want to risk getting it blown away for just being an attacking creature. Ooh, keep drawing cards. You're gonna love it. All right, that'll get you back a little bit. That thing is an artifact, right? Artifact, artifact, artifact. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything worth bringing back? Nothing. 6 for that. Nothing. All right, let's just pop this. Go for the throat. It's not going to get us anywhere. That's just a garbage card. Another mana. I mean, maybe not attacking is a bad thing, but it doesn't feel that way. 3, 4, we got 6. 7 to be Etali Prime. 6 will pull 2 things from the graveyard, so I almost don't care as long as they don't get exiled. Gain your life back. Back up to 15. Okay, we've got 5. Let's just make that a slow 6 at that point. Nothing to bring back. Can't shoot anything. We're good. No attacks in turn. He's just looking for his cards. He's trying to get someplace. Thing is, I know what he wants. He wants this thing, the Simulacrum Synthesizer. And we messed that up big time on him. Question is, does he have counterspells in his hands? Is he just going to wipe the board? Seems like the kind of thing one would try to do. He wants to draw cards. We'll just let it go. All right, you gonna wipe the board now? He's just creating a super gnome. Let's see how this does. Ba 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 ba. Do you have the ability to punch your ticket? Gone! There we go. Still, we don't have any good guys in there. There's a guy that gets destroyed. Excellent. I'm thinking I'm going to Etali it this next turn. Yeah, this guy's not holding anything back. He's not an instant player. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Draw your card. Alright, we just got one good guy in the graveyard. The other guy's alright. I'd like it if you were to kill one of my guys. That would be... There we go. What did I just do? What did I just get? Treasures? Oh, it's the black one that brings guys from the graveyard. Oh, I just totally had them mixed up. It's Junji's the one I like a lot. Alright. Welcome back, my friends. And we win. In your face, Duffy Moon. In your face. And we're playing against Ray. Alright, keep. When you get that blackout, let's turn off that goblin while I have the opportunity. There we go. Alright, we're going out slow, as one does. 4, 5, 6, that's a 7. And we ability to shoot. Atraxa goes in the graveyard. Oh, look at that. We just put Atraxa in the graveyard. Alright, Atsushi, next turn. You know who's under 3? Everybody but Atsushi. That is an exile. That is the devil's work. Gone. Alright, well, it's like 6 and 7. Oh, that's not good for us. But boy, I love seeing a good Forgeling. Gone! And kill that thing. Not enough to do. You get my hands another mana, a lot like this one. One, two, three, four, five, six. Here's number 7. I don't care, man. He's got a whole nother one in his hand. All right, here comes Etali. Let's go through that whole process again. I'll pay 3 life in this situation. That's fine. And we'll use this to go and get ourselves 3 more life back. Nope. Poor Etali's dead. I can afford it. All right, Virtue of Courage. I didn't plan on playing it. It wasn't in my deck, but sure, why not? When a resource comes into the opponent, you can exile that many cards at the top of your library. I may play this card this turn. All right, let's do something awesome. It's going to look a lot like this. Go, go, go. He doesn't have anything. Go, 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 go. I got haste. Go, 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 go. I got to go get myself a dinosaur. Come on. Don't be roping me, you jerk. Go. Yep, there we go. That's enough to win it right there. Victory! All right, we're playing against No Plan. 13. I applaud your lack of planning. All right, 3 mana. Ooh, we got a rainbow butt. Pulling himself out of the ground. That's what the foxes are always looking for. Tiny bones. Let's get rid of Etali. Blood token. Sometimes you gotta knock over here to summon forth the prairie dogs. I'm just making that up. I don't know how they come out. They just magically appear sometimes. You can light up the inside of their cave. Alright, I'll probably use that blood token to go looking for something. There he is. That is a sorcery. Alright, we're going full on black. That's not going to help, is it now? I can do 2. Alright, move it, Scorpion. Alright, that's good. We can bring back Etali. Wom 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 wom. And we win. There we go. Enough to make him panic. Victory. All right, we're playing against Grizz. Grizz, that is a name. It's Tiny Bones. And I want to play Tiny Bones. Instead, we're going to see you eat this guy. Alright, there's a 3. We throw this guy away. Organize our cards appropriately. Haunted Ridge for 3. I could have waited to see what else he put out, but I don't want to get hit. Alright, he's going to grab something from me. What do I got over here? Nothing. So Rakdos Joins Up is not the greatest card for me. 7, 7, 7, 5. Can I steal one of his guys? Well, my graveyard. I need to get some guys in the graveyard. Come on, deck, provide me with something here. Yeah, we'll just do this instead. Well, welcome back, Sheoldred. It's nice to see you. Alright, Toniest of Bones. Do a trick for me. Mana. Let's shoulder up. And we win. Alright, we're just pushing people around, apparently. Victory! And we're playing against Ragnar, 826. Alright, so there's 2 things we can do for 2. There's number 3, 5, and we gotta throw that in the graveyard. We are playing Reanimation. This will help get things in the discard pile there. Alright, let's get to number 3. There's no second dude. Let's just put him out anyway, or whatever. Single guy. Look in the party. We got Atraxa. We got to go up to 5 to be able to get it. Let's help keep him down. Choose what you're going to do. We have access to Atraxa on the next turn. That'll be fantastic. Give it up, yo. Alright, don't be roping me. Come on. Throw away something good. I mean, you were going to have 5 mana, and now you got nothing. Alright, only 17 more turns to go. We got this thing wrapped up. Atraxa. I don't have anything else in the graveyard. Let's just go ahead and bring out Atsushi. And we win! This deck doesn't ever finish a game. Victory! Alright, so we are with what I'm calling Rakdos Mayhem. What is it? It's like a Reanimator deck, something like that. Yeah, it was really, really, really good. I love a good Rakdos deck. They were trying to tell me this was 5 color. It's because of Atraxa. In reality, the deal is that I didn't really find Atraxa was all that necessary for the deck. We could put in, some other good black and or red creatures and just leave Atraxa out of it. I mean, Atraxa is value. But when you play a Reanimator deck and you put Atraxa in there, that's just so cliche. It's almost embarrassing at this point. But we had a lot of paths of bringing back things from the graveyard. A lot of great things to bring back from the graveyard. Probably my favorite card in this one, brand new one, was Rakdos Joins Up. I really like what he does when he comes out there and you grab a dude from your graveyard and you put 2 additional counters on him. And then whenever a legendary creature you control dies, you do that much damage to a target opponent. Oh, that is so good and so cheap. And you just have to be packed and loaded for it. And this deck is totally ready to go. You know, these Kamigawa dragons are really good with this particular deck. So I got to say, I mean, putting them out, wanting them to die so you get their abilities, knowing you could just bring them back in a few minutes. Yeah, that was top shelf in my opinion. Yeah, I think if I were to replay this deck again, I would definitely get rid of Atraxa. You know, like Toxrill. Toxrill would be a great choice for here, right? You throw Toxrill in the graveyard, use any of your great guys to bring back Toxrill. Toxrill just starts slamming everybody. Oh, that sounds really, really good. All right, so let's see. Was this deck, what was the MVP? Who was the MVP of this deck? And I'm going to say, to me, it was Rakdos Joins Up. This was the card I was looking forward to. The reason why is because it was cheap at 5 to get to. And, that's the thing about Graveyard Recursion. It costs you 5. But this one has so many other great values to it. Plus, it becomes an enchantment, so that way you got that ongoing value that comes through it. So when it comes to Graveyard Recursions, yeah, Rakdos Joins Up is my new favorite. I thought that was my MVP of this particular deck. All right, so Rakdos Joins Up. You are the MVP. Congratulations. Was this deck competitive? I ended up getting a 78% win rate. Now, the big thing was that I wasn't playing on the ranked. I was just playing in casual. And there was a lot of people that got about halfway through the game and were just like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not playing against this. So obviously this deck it presents very powerfully. And a lot of people just couldn't handle it. Maybe I should have gone out to ranked. Maybe they would have stood up and tried to fight it out a little bit more. Maybe not. This thing, like I said, had 78%. I'm going to say this was a competitive deck. I definitely think it had chops to it. Where did I get this thing from anyway? I got it from MTGA-Assistant-Meta. It said it had a 61% rate. So I did better than what the MTG meta said it should do. So yeah, still, but it is a competitive deck. Let's put it that way. Was this deck fun? Yeah, it was fun. Let's see, what was my problem with it? Just didn't feel like it took a while to get where we needed to go. 3 is just, I feel like that's waiting way too long. Nothing to do for 1. A lot of control at 2, and that's pretty much what you're doing is shooting stuff. The good thing is Bitter Triumph allows you to throw away your big guys, which you want to get them in the graveyard because you're going for some reanimation there pretty soon. Between Olivia and Rakdos and, was it Junji? Where's Junji at? We're right there. Putting non-dragon creatures from a graveyard into the battlefield. Yeah, you got a lot. And push. That costs 6, but still you're bringing back 2 guys. Oh my god, that's so good. Except for then you have to sacrifice them at the end of the turn. So it's like a weak haste, but for 2 guys. Still, it worked out great for me. Yeah, it was fun. I like the fact that once you got to mid-game, this deck was really rolling, and usually you were able to start throwing your weight around. So that was fun. All right, and was this deck interesting? 100% it was interesting. Mostly it was because, I guess it was just reanimation. That was the thing. As I looked at it, I wasn't sure what was going on. I'm like, well, Atraxa is in here. It's like, I don't know how we're paying for it. We putting out treasure or something? I thought, well, Atsushi here is a treasure dragon, so maybe that's how we're supposed to pay for Atraxa. But then when I started playing it and I started getting Rakdos Joins Up out, then it was like, yeah, this makes a lot more sense. This is a reanimation deck. It didn't, but you're just not seeing a lot going on. But there's a lot of legendaries in here too. Yeah, altogether, it was a very interesting build. It was cool. I liked seeing it. I had a lot of fun playing with it. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Was it interesting? Absolutely. Which makes this deck into an A+ deck. And as I'm forced by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up should you have means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the CP